Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're going to go over the 2026 Monster High lineup, including G3 and G1 alumni releases and everything in between that we know of so far. So stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. But for now, let's get into it. That's right, it's that time of the year again where we compile and look at all that we know of releasing for this year regarding Monster High releases from G1 to G3, shared with us by user Seeing Amount on Twitter as per usual. So huge shout out goes to them for putting in all the work to gather the information and creating these really nice looking images for all of us to then really dig into and talk about what's coming next for Monster High, because to be honest, it's kind of underwhelming, let's just say. There's an abundance, apparently, of Draculaura dolls coming out. It seems like she's taken over the protagonist spotlight in G3 over Claudine. Remember, Claudine was the protagonist? Well, no kidding, it's Draculaura now. So she's taken a spotlight for sure. And we also don't have a lot of deluxe lines happening this year. So let's go over what we know so far, shall we? Starting off with the G3 student releases for this year, we got the Core Refresh Volume 2, and we also have the new characters here for Rebecca, obviously, and Skeletor. I'm not sure if Skeletor is now released in the US or if she's still kind of missing, which is really weird. I hope that if she is not really available yet, that she will be available by the time that summer is here. It's kind of crazy that Skeletor still hasn't really hit shelves in US, but in Europe, you know, she's available. So, but Rebecca now is also available in Europe, so both these characters are releasing this year. And I actually have reviews on all of these dolls, every single one of them. So if you're interested and curious, there's definitely a playlist on my channel where you can check out all of the latest Monster High reviews from G1, G3, and again, including all of these dolls that you see here. But yeah, I love Rebecca, and she's so stunning. That's actually the last review I did was on her with Morticia, so and I love her. I think she's so sweet. I love her design, and she's really cool in person, I have to say. Of course, we're getting the brand new Moonspell Magic spin-off line releasing this year, also priced around $24.99. Now apparently these the Moonspell Magic kind of takes up the slot of deluxe line this year. That's what I meant before when I said that there's no deluxe lines, because Moonspell Magic is pretty much it when it comes to deluxe kind of playline G3 releases. All the rest that are coming out are either Skulltimate Secrets, Self-Care, or, you know, budget buried secrets kind of type of releases. So it's looking a little bit not too good, because you know, like in past years, I kind of feel like we were eating really well. We had like the birthday line with Draculaura and Cupid. We had all these new characters coming out, all these specials, Collector Laguna, like that all happened pretty quickly, I have to say. And now it's kind of like we're slowing down a bit, but this is still a really exciting line, obviously Moonspell Magic, but ever since now the hype has kind of died down. I feel like this line is definitely very fun, but I kind of feel like they're not as perhaps not as strong as we all kind of thought they would be. I still like them, but I definitely have favorites, and I'm not sure if they're all really worth it. I feel like there's a couple of things that could have been done better, but you know, they're still exciting, and I'm still like pretty excited to get them. Some of them, I'm not sure. Will I get all of them? I'm not sure. I'm a completionist, and I do like a majority of them. 2 of them I don't like as much, but I'm like, should I get all of them now, or should I just get the ones that I really like? Then we're getting the 8th series here of Skulltimate Secrets Cabin Slication, including Cupid's second ever G3 doll, pretty exciting, and Claudine. I feel like Claudine, you know, her dolls don't always hit, but when they do hit, it's pretty good. So hopefully she gets a good design here, and obviously Cupid, hopefully her hair, they do her justice, because the last time it was kind of a flop, quite literally. But I think Cupid and Claudine here, I have high hopes. But then, not just these 2 characters, of course, we're also getting a Draculaura doll, but not just a simple doll. She's going to be included here in a ultimate Skulltimate playset thing, which is definitely going to cost more than the average Skulltimate Secrets dolls, so I'm not sure how expensive she will be, but apparently she includes over 40 surprises. She includes 200 mix and match possibilities with the outfit pieces that she includes, and apparently there's a whole gimmick in the playset, you know, that you can reveal a key, and like there's like a frame, and like girl, I don't know, but there's a description here of apparently all the details. So yeah, I'm pretty intrigued by this playset with Draculaura. I hope she just has a lot of, again, good pieces, and that the playset that's a hunk of plastic, you know, doesn't take up too much space. But yeah, definitely gonna be a brand new kind of mold of a locker for sure that we haven't seen yet. Is it gonna be in a shape of a suitcase, or, you know, like luggage, or like a different shape? So I'm very intrigued by this ultimate playset with, of course, Draculaura, Mattel's favorite. Speaking of Draculaura, she's also included in the third wave of Fearbook here, also including Laguna and Ghoulia. So Ghoulia, I think, is definitely the standout here in this third wave. She looks so good. Laguna is kind of meh, and Draculaura is okay, but, you know, I feel like they could have done a bit more with the yellow color palette here on her design. But you're going to see a lot more reoccurring Draculaura dolls here as we go through the list, because there's gonna be a lot of G3 Draculaura dolls released this year. It's honestly kind of becoming a bit too much. Like, I love me some pink, I love Draculaura. Together you'd think it's like a slam dunk, but there is such a thing as too much and fatigue and burnout, and I'm feeling like all of these things are happening right now to a lot of people when it comes to Draculaura. Like, I am getting tired of seeing her everywhere. Like, I get it, she's a vampire, she's a girl, she's pink, like obviously she's gonna sell well, but like, you know, her dolls always her dolls are starting to become a bit too bland. It's like kind of robbing Draculaura of what makes her special, you know. It's kind of making her a bit too bland. But moreover, like, there's so many other characters that they could have put here in the third wave of, you know, Fearbook instead of Draculaura, like Cleo, Frankie, Claudine. There's so many characters that they have not yet included. But no, they just had to include Draculaura. So yeah, especially when there's not an amazing design, it feels like Draculaura's dolls are kind of just looking all the same. Is it just me? Because yeah. Anyway, at $21, we're also getting the Self-Care Secrets Wave 2, and here there's no Draculaura. Hallelujah. I guess it is possible. So we got Cleo and Frankie, which is so cute, couple goals, let's not forget. But also Spectra. This is going to be Spectra's third ever G3 doll. The second one that we just saw revealed was for Buried Secrets. So yeah, Spectra's having a little moment here in G3. Love to see it. This is what I'm talking about. See, without Draculaura here taking up Spectra's spot, we now have a third G3 Spectra doll. So yes, please, more like this. And obviously Self-Care has the whole gimmick of like, you don't actually see the doll. The packaging is all cardboard, so you don't actually see the doll. It's like a reveal, I guess. But it's also like, you know, kind of obviously self-care related. There's like beauty items, perfumes. It's like very like pajama kind of themed. So this is very casual, and I can't wait to see what they're going to be wearing. We're getting some playsets here. One is Coffin Bean Draculaura. Another one is Scare Du Salon with Claudine. And then we're getting a potion reveal playset with yet another Draculaura doll. Okay, I see a pattern. Do you see it? Do you see what I see? Like, it's kind of becoming a little bit too much. But speaking of the potion reveal playset Draculaura, there's a whole description here. And apparently it's going to be similar to the gimmick of like the minis, potion minis, that have like the whole gimmick of like, oh, reveal the doll, the figure with like some green looking liquid. It's going to be similar to that. So I guess there's going to be some kind of like, you know, like liquid holder, like some kind of tube mechanism where you have the doll inside, and then you reveal Draculaura with water. But how do you get the doll? Like, I guess the doll is going to be wet or not. So I'm kind of confused as to like how the liquid / water gimmick reveal is going to be implemented here with this playset, and like how big are we talking here about a playset? But yeah, anyway, this is definitely very intriguing to me. But also Coffin Bean, new Coffin Bean or just recycled from the older version. And then the hair salon playset with Claudine, that could be interesting. Yeah, could be interesting, but let's see. And like I said, we're getting even more Draculaura here with a Draculaura color change styling head, probably going to be very similar in scale as to the previous, you know, styling head, which was for Frankenstein. So yeah, probably going to be very similar, like proportion wise, and also the style of the head doll and the hair rooting and whatever, but color changing feature here, like again, water gimmick reveal, or I have no idea. But yeah, okay, why not? Sure, why not? Give us a huge Draculaura head. Why not? 2026 really is the year of Draculaura. We're getting a unknown slim box line here, including Frankie, Cleo, Claudine, and wouldn't you know it, Caddy Noir. No, Draculaura. It's Draculaura. It's Draculaura. There's a pattern. I keep telling you. Listen. No, but it's just so okay. Well, I'm not surprised. But yeah, unknown. I guess the pricing, we don't know what it could be, but also the theme and like, will they have poly hair? Will they have pixelated face grittings? Will they have budget articulation? I really could not tell you. These could be similar to like casual looks or like just printed on dresses. Like, I really don't know. But this could be intriguing, but could also just be like some cheap looking dolls. Of course, we're getting the fourth wave of Birthday Secrets Courtside Fangout. It already has started to pop up in stores in some countries. This line includes Claudine, Frankie, Gulia, and Torlai. I think overall, Gulia and Torlai are the best in my opinion. Claudine and Frankie are, but I think once again, it's kind of hard to get excited about Birthday Secrets releases because they all have pixelated face grittings and they all have like the lack of articulation. It's really hard to be excited about those dolls because again, even if they have good designs, they're wasted on the lack of articulation and the pixelated face grittings and the poly hair. So like, why even bother if it's gonna be half-assed? So it's just the potential, it's just wasted. You know what I mean? Why even bother if they're gonna be like this? Now, of course, we're getting the fifth wave of Birthday Secrets as well, called the concert looks, and of course, they got revealed by Dripped in Plastic yesterday, all four, and now we know what they look like. And once again, it's like this Spectra looks amazing, but like, what do you mean she doesn't have articulation? What do you mean she has poly hair? What do you mean she's got a pixelated face grinning? So like, why? What's the point? What is the point here? Like, it's like there's no point. Like, there's no point in me getting them. Like, it's like if you want to have a fully functional doll here, you'd have to get her, whatever doll you like here, you'd have to rebody them. And not just that, you'd have to repaint their entire face screening because it's pixelated. You'd have to reroute them. And at that point, it's not even the doll that you bought anymore. It's a completely new doll. So it's like, I might as well just not buy the doll in the first place. So you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, what's the point here? I guess the accessories are cute. I guess, that's it. That's okay. Also on top of being like really just half-assed, the quality is just bad. You also don't know who you're getting. Of course, there's ways to cheat, work around it. But really, if you don't know those ways, you're left up to the luck, you're just left up to like the whims. Like you don't know who you're getting. So it's like a blind box, right? So yeah, you can tell I don't like the Birthday Secrets line. I think they are a waste of potential and great designs on, what end up being just really poorly done dolls. Again, like, you can't move them. They have bad hair quality. They have the pixelated face grittings. Yeah, sure, their accessories are cute and they sometimes have new shoe molds, but like, really? I'm gonna pay like 20 something in my currency to buy a doll that I'm like okay with, but like I don't fully like or appreciate. Like, and again, if you wanna give her a articulation, you gotta rebody her. You gotta reroute the hair if you want to have good quality hair. And I feel like, we got to remember, not all of us have these tools to our disposal, right? A lot of us are not talented in rerouting dolls or have the resources needed to buy needles, to buy hair, to root the dolls, reroute them. A lot of us don't have income to just buy doubles of Spectra to rebuy. It's just like not all of us are in the same situation. It's like rerouting, rebodying. We have to remember those are like luxuries. Really talking about it, right? Like that's a luxury to be able to rebody your dolls, reroute them, even repaint them. Those all cost resources that again cost money. So anyway, I'm not sure. What am I saying? Basically, they suck. there's cute designs, but I feel like they really fall flat when it comes to the quality overall. We're also getting a 6th wave of Buried Secrets this year, but the theme and character lineup is unknown for now, so there's really not much to say here. But yeah, we're just getting tons and tons of Buried Secrets dolls. If I had to guess, I'd say the theme perhaps could be beach themed or something like that, because we've had pajama themed, we've had concert themed, we've had sports themed. Oh yeah, we've had like a preppy class theme, right? So what else could they do? I guess pajama again, or it could again be like beach themed. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. But what do you think? And who would you like to see be in this lineup? Please don't say Draculaura. I mean, there's a chance she might be in this series, but you know, besides her, who would you like to see be included? Then we have a ton of potion minis, or I guess they're now called little frights, to talk about. So these are the 2-packs, including a variety of different characters. I believe we've seen these designs before, like the Werecat twins are now in mini form. So yeah, I'm not sure if these are released already or not. I haven't been keeping up with the minis and like how often they release. I don't collect them, as you can tell, from my huge dislike of blind box toys. But yeah, and also they're minis, and also they're overpriced. Like, let's be for real here. These little Frights figurines, they're overpriced. You're basically paying for the experience, and that's just, yeah. The figures themselves are so tiny. They're cute, but they're so tiny, and again, pixelated. So at least for me, I just don't see the point in getting any of them, or even getting invested, because also they're blind boxes, so you don't know who you're getting, which makes this even worse. But yeah, these are 2-packs at least, and Heath is included here in one of these, and again, the Werecat twins. So really fun lineup. At $24.99, we're getting a Little Frights Fearbook playset, which that could be interesting. I wonder how it will actually end up looking like. At $9.99, we're getting Little Frights Halloween dolls minifigures here. There's 6 in total in this lineup, but we don't know who the characters are. So once again, I'm really curious to see which characters will be in this lineup, and will it be any new characters as well? Perhaps like a Gil would be really fun. Mercedes, you know, Skeletor hasn't appeared yet. Rebecca would be very interesting to see. But who would you like to see be in this line of Halloween? You know, again, like especially Halloween themed line. We're also getting a 7th wave of Little Frights, including Draculaura, Frankie, Ghoulia, and 3 other characters who we don't know who they could be. Again, I'm hoping it's Rebecca or Skeletor or Abby. Any of those characters would be really fun, or even a Manster would be really cute. And next up, we're talking 2026 Alumni adult releases. We have Coraline, who already dropped. She released, and the availability for Coraline is a bit all over the place. Apparently she's out of stock, but then she comes back in stock on Amazon. I'm not sure how quickly available she will be on Target or Walmart stores. And for European fans, I would check out your Smith's Toys in your area, or you know, on their website if she's available yet. Also, again, she should be available on Amazon in different countries. So, and other wide release SKULLECTORs for this year included the Buffy the Vampire Slayer 2-pack, including Buffy and Angel. I know his name now. And of course, the concept art for this 2-pack got leaked yesterday as well. They look really promising. We are getting a Killer Clowns from Outer Space doll of Shorty, apparently. I have not seen that movie, but I have seen a lot of fans on the internet excited for this SKULLECTOR release. And then lastly, but not least, we are getting a wide release for the Pride 2-pack, including Kieran Valentine and first ever Spelden doll, which is going to be so exciting. Again, that leak also came out and they look so good. I cannot wait to get them. They're going to be so cool. Moving on to Mattel Creations exclusive SKULLECTORs. Of course, we also just had the Beetlejuice Waiting Room 2-pack, which is still available. But then we're getting apparently 4 SKULLECTORs only available on Mattel Creations, one of which is labeled as MCR. We previously thought that could stand for My Chemical Romance, but it could also stand for Mattel Creations Revealed, the event itself happening in 1 week's time, which could also then lead to the SKULLECTOR actually being a collaboration between Monster High and the Masters of the Universe for a Skeletor doll. Updates on that in a second. But also, we have 3 other SKULLECTORs which are unknown. Now, those are really a mystery. We don't know who they could be. It seems that they are all individual, so no 2-packs here. So that's okay, promising already. And also an update on the Stranger Things SKULLECTOR release. Apparently, the Stranger Things SKULLECTOR was actually the Buffy the Vampire 2-pack. So I guess we're not getting Stranger Things SKULLECTOR, or maybe we will, but not yet. Again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but yeah. It's definitely kind of interesting, because if the Stranger Things collaboration is happening, you know, I feel like Seeing Mount would have put that information here, but it's not. So I feel like that makes it unconfirmed. But I guess only time will tell. But we do know for sure we're getting 4 SKULLECTORs that we don't know of yet coming this year, exclusive to Mattel Creations. Like I mentioned, we do have an update on the said SKULLECTOR potential doll of Skeletor, because we have even more, you know, pieces that have been leaked. This time it's these hand molds that have been found. One of which actually has kind of like a grip variation, and then the other one is just like the normal form. So we would even have like swappable hands here for this SKULLECTOR doll of Skeletor. Again, there is no doubt that all these pieces together, it does look like Skeletor. His design is so clear and unique to him. So I feel like the ram skull as well, and the snakes, and the like belt, the chest piece, it all looks like something Skeletor would wear. So it really seems like these pieces belong to a SKULLECTOR doll of Skeletor. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no idea if it's actually confirmed, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. SKULLECTOR adjacent here, we're getting more Netflix Wednesday show dolls. Morticia just dropped, of course, and then we're also getting a new Wednesday doll in a new outfit, perhaps from the 2nd season. But also the new character is going to be Agnes, coming later this year. What outfit she's going to be wearing also is unsure, but I hope that she looks really cool. And judging by all the other dolls having a brand new face sculpt in the likeness of the actors, I would guess that this doll also has a face sculpt in the likeness of the actress who plays her on the show. So I can't wait to see what she's gonna look like. Hopefully it's like a really cool outfit and not just another school uniform variant, because that would be really boring. We're getting the original Creeproductions Wave 4 here, including Rochelle, Rebecca, and Venus, each priced around $24 US, and these are officially releasing, I believe, sometime April. So it's gonna be very soon. And they might actually even talk about these Creeproductions on the Mattel Creations Revealed, happening again in 1 week's time on March 19th, because I feel like last year they also kind of showed off some Creeproductions of the Werecat twins. So I do think they're gonna show off some upcoming releases, which again could include these Creeproductions. I'm not gonna get any of them because I'm lucky enough I have the originals still intact. But yeah, these look really good from the stock photos and from the real life photos that we've seen, although the face screenings and some things are a bit off and different, but overall I do think they are really accurate, and they look so cool. Speaking of Creeproductions, we're also getting the Dawn of the Dance Boo original Creeproductions here, including Cleo, Laguna, Frankie, Claudine, and Draculaura. And I think originally Draculaura was an exclusive in a 3-pack, am I right? And these are going to be priced around $32 US, so definitely like over 10 bucks more expensive than the core wave assortment of Creeproductions, which is like why are they so much more expensive than the, you know, core wave of Creeproductions? Because they're Dawn of the Dance? I feel like they're more expensive just because of the heck of it. Like, these dolls don't have more layers or more accessories, so I'm just not sure. And like, I think the original dolls also included like DVDs or CDs or something, right? I forget, but like they did have a couple of accessories. But I guarantee you, these new Creeproductions of these dolls will not have DVDs or CDs. They will not include any like accessories like that. They will include a stand and a purse if we're lucky, but no postcards, no DVDs, you know, nothing extra like that. So why are these so expensive? It's really just for the mere fact that Mattel knows that they, you know, fans will pay that much money for these Creeproductions because they're even more expensive on the secondhand market. Well, some of these, like Draculaura, is very sought after because she, again, I feel like she was exclusive to a 3-pack. So, but also notably, Ghoulia is absent here, and Deuce as well. They, I guess, chose to just focus on the 5 main ghouls, which makes sense, but still kind of sucks. I was only able to get Laguna, Claudine, and Cleo in my time of collecting of these dolls, so I am missing Draculaura and Frankie. I never was able to get those two, so I would love to get those Creeproductions of Frankie and Draculaura if I'm able to, because it would be really fun. But Yeah, just really sucks that they're so pricey, again, for no reason. And then lastly, yes, we're getting the Universal Classic Monsters wide release SKULLECTOR dolls of the Mummy, Dracula, and Frankenstein. And of course, we had leaks on all of these dolls recently, and we actually have updates on the leaks of these dolls. We have new, better looks at the Frankenstein's monster doll body, showing off the actual stitches are in some places of the body, but they're hidden when she's wearing clothing. So it's like, why give her these stitches if you can't even see it unless, again, you remove the clothing? I feel like they could have put a stitch perhaps across her belly to kind of, you know, if she's gonna wear a crop top, then ideally they would put a stitch right there, but they didn't. So I feel like they have stitches on the arms and on the legs, but like, what's the point if we can't see them? I guess because it's still there, like we know it's there, so it matters, but like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, I'm trying here, guys, but like, I feel like there would have been more ideal outfits that she could have been wearing for her to also show off the stitches, right? The neck bolts are there, obviously, but also really a miss here. The hairstyle, the bangs cover up these really cool molded on stitches on the forehead, which again, you cannot see unless you pull up the bangs, which is like, why give her bangs if you are investing money in a new head mold here and even painting these stitches in a red color and like silver, you know, like, why do all that effort if you can't even see the dang details here with the bangs? Like, it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, these details, now seeing the actual stitches and the scars on the forehead, I do like this doll more, but it's still like such a miss. There's so many inconsistencies here on the design. It just like doesn't feel complete and it doesn't feel final, but it is. It's like so weird. And then we also have real life pictures of the Dracula doll here, and apparently the release date for this line is September 1st? Which is so far away, which makes all of these leaks even more weird and bizarre how they're happening right now. It's March. September is like months away, okay? It's months, okay? I'm telling you, like, that's a long time. And we're already having, like, it's just crazy. So it cannot be September. It's got to be like August or earlier. I mean, it's got to be, because like, how else are people obtaining these dolls early? Like, it's like bizarre. But yeah, Dracula, unfortunately Dracula looks like she does on the prototype picture, so this is basically what she looks like, which also means the same for the Mummy. So the Mummy doll will look the same, unfortunately. Oh my god, yeah. But the design here on the packaging is nice. The doll looks fine. Just, yeah, again, once again, I'm just kind of like underwhelmed. They just are not delivering a lot here on, I feel like, what we expect out of this iconic collaboration. I think overall they just look kind of underwhelming and unfinished, but they're not bad dolls, not insulting, just again kind of bland. So I'm hoping that the price point reflects the quality here, and I hope that they don't cost 50, 60, 70. That would be insane. If they cost $40 US, that would be much more reasonable, but I'm still worried about how expensive they would be when you then convert the currency into other, you know, currencies. Like in my currency, like how much would she cost? 50, 60? I don't want to pay that much. I don't want to pay that much, girl. But yeah, that basically does it for the lineup we have so far of Monster High releases happening in 2026. Now, of course, we never know everything, so there might be a couple of surprises here that we don't know of yet coming out this year, and I do hope so, because overall, I have to say, I don't think this year is a really good year for Monster High so far, at least. Like, it seems like they're kind of more focusing on gimmick dolls, buried secrets, the quality is getting lesser and lesser. And the SKULLECTORs also are kind of like, they're no longer kind of elevated. The quality on SKULLECTOR releases kind of feels like it's becoming subpar, which is not good. It's not good. So, yeah, overall, it's not looking too good, but again, I mean, let's always hope for the best. So fingers crossed this year does bring some surprises for Monster High. But what do you think? Let me know down below, and I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, to support that channel that way, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time, stay peachy. Kisses.